Hi, my name is Ashley, and about 9 to 10 years ago I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. After years of taking different cocktails of antipsychotics both orally and by injection, I am happy to say it has been 3 months off of them. I am the happiest I've been in a long time, and my mind is the clearest it's been in quite a while. I've also quit cannabis, alcohol, and vaping and the antipsychotics and these past couple of months as well. Quitting those things has helped my mind get even clearer. I'm living proof that it is possible to heal without drugs. I'm going to explain to you how I'm able to do this in a bit. First, a little backstory. I was in psychiatric units about 12 different times, around 2015 to 2019. I have not been back in 6 to 7 years. It is possible to heal. There were times they would not let me leave unless I agreed to take an injection. Eventually, after being there so long, I just wanted to leave, so of course I agreed. Most recently, for the past few years, I was on Invega injections. That worked for quite a while. I was on the 1 month, worked my way up to the 3 month, and then at that time the 6 month injection came out recently, so I was on that for a while. The 1 month came out in 2009, 3 months in 2015, and 6 months in 2021. So I'm supposed to take this for the rest of my life when it came out not that long ago and just go with it for the rest of my life. I remember asking my psychiatrist how long I needed to take these, and they said forever. Well, forever didn't come. People have let me know that medications change over time and that I might not be able to stay on the same one. They also said in my last appointment that it was going to be limited with future medications. I'm going to get into that in a little bit, but I never asked what they meant, and I kind of wish I did. What ended up happening was that I was on the 6 month, and my psychiatrist said I was having too many side effects. My time of the month has still not come back due to this medication. Thanks, Invega. I might never be able to get pregnant because I was on this medication. Not like I wanted to be a mom or anything. I guess I might not have that choice now. I still have a bump that's sore when I rub it from where they gave me the injection. Don't even get me started on the weight gain. I lost 5 to 6 pounds since being off of it, but I probably gained around 60 to 70 pounds throughout the years on it. Anyways, let me be really clear on this next thing. I'm not blaming my medical team. I was in a difficult space mentally for quite a while. I tried to end my life 4 different times, and one of those times I needed life-saving neck surgery. On Christmas in 2016, a Sunday if you're wondering, I want to thank my medical team so much for saving my life. I understand that they were being really careful with me, and in the past I would go off of medication and then relapse, but forever? This time is definitely different. Let me tell you why. I met my boyfriend around 2020, so we'll be together 6 years later this year. This is around the time I started really doing a lot better. He took the time to really talk to me, to show me in a way how I should be living life. In society with mental health, we have a big problem of drugging people up for the rest of their lives without really any chance of going off mental health medications like antipsychotics. And there's enough reason, like if enough people are saying that they don't want to be on the medication, it's got to be for a reason, right? It's not, oh, another person with schizophrenia wants to go off their medication. There's a long list of side effects. There's a lot of different reasons. If there was a designated person to talk to me through different things that I felt comfortable talking with every other day or every day, I'm sure I would have done better. And I'm not talking about outpatient places or programs where you meet up with someone. I've been in plenty of those. I'm talking about someone I consider a good friend who's real and not part of some program, some job, who I feel comfortable talking about things with. They should make that. A program feels too professional. I bet they'd make a lot of money if they structured it right. But it's not about the money, I guess. It's about helping the people. But I guess everything's about money when you think about it, which can be sad. I don't know. But in this day and age, not everybody has that. So I got extremely lucky when I met my boyfriend. We always say the stars aligned for us. on that day we met because we were both going through dark times, but we found the light in each other. I want to say that I wasn't non-compliant with my psychiatrist. What ended up happening was they told me I was experiencing too many side effects. We thought for a bit, then they tried me on an oral medication called Rexulti. I hated that. Too many side effects on that too. It made me depressed because I was sleeping too much. One night I even experienced suicidal thoughts, which I haven't since stopping that medication, which is a side effect of that medication, by the way. I have not had those since stopping that medication. I was supposed to take it for 2 weeks, but I took it for 1 because it was terrible. I was supposed to have an appointment with my psychiatrist, but due to the weather, my cab called and canceled because of the snow, thank God. I texted my psychiatrist and told them my cab had to cancel and to let me know you got this. But they never texted me and nobody called me about it. To this day, I wasn't being non-compliant. Nobody responded to me. And I'm still dreading that day when somebody does call me about it because I'm not sure what I'm going to say. Oh, I'm doing so much better. I'm so much happier and clear-minded. I don't know if they'll even want to listen to any of that. They'll just want to drug me up again, or maybe they'll actually listen to me. I don't know. But I am dreading those phone calls. Which makes me feel grateful things played out the way they did. It made me realize that I'm not going to go crazy just because I don't have some miracle drug that's supposed to make everything better. My psychiatrist even told me that there's a chance my symptoms could come back, but there's also a chance that they won't. I want to take the chance to where they won't. If I don't need drugs for the rest of my life, why are we not taking that chance? But when I brought up cutting down on meds with the thought of stopping, they said that's not a good idea. That doesn't make any sense. So I had to do it all by myself, all at once, because nobody responded to me. I went through wide awake nights, vivid dreams, soreness, racing thoughts, and a bunch of other side effects until the medication cleared more out of my system. Last page, 3 pages this time. Antipsychotics like Invega block dopamine, which is your feel-good neurotransmitter in the brain. It affects the brain's reward system, motivation, movement, mood, and attention. No wonder why I was wondering at some points if I had anhedonia, which is the reduced ability or complete inability to experience pleasure, joy, or interest in activities that were once enjoyable while I was on Invega, which can either cause anhedonia or worsen it, by the way. That's just one of the many side effects I experienced while on Invega, and it was awful. Then I wonder why I have trouble coming up with ideas for videos for my channel, AshTube Talks. Hi, I'm Ashley. I think I said that already, but yeah. Different topics I can talk about. And I'm like, no wonder why it's difficult. I've spent years that could have been spent learning a skill, battling with my mental health. Then I spent more years healing, to the point where I can even talk about it like right now. And I'm so grateful to my boyfriend for helping me. My mom too, in her own way. They are my rocks. I'm stronger now because they are in my life. And I know now that even if for some reason I was by myself, I'd be stronger for having known them. A big part of my issue was believing that the thoughts in my head were real, like a bunch of evolving stories that I would hear each day in my head. Maybe I'll do a future video about that because there's so much to unpack here, and or do a part 2 to this one, either when I get to 6 months or to explain more before the 6 months, I don't know yet. Because there's so much I could say on this topic. Anything I miss, I'll add it into the description, and I'll edit it as I need. I could say so much more, but I don't want this video to be too long. The last thing I want to say is, with not taking the medications, I finally stopped putting a label on myself. I stopped defining myself as someone with schizophrenia, and I don't talk about it as much. Also, I'm not on some special diet, for example keto. I just make sure to eat so I don't feel hungry, and hydration is important. I attempt to balance what I eat with the food pyramid to feel even better. But my intention with this video is to help anybody struggling with their mental health. I'm not saying go off of it cold turkey like I did, but maybe you can work with your team to slowly go off of it if that's what you want to do. You just gotta make sure you're at a good point in your life, if that makes sense. Support systems really help me, but even that could be its own video. Ideas are endless. It's about finding the right ones that work. I love that I can make YouTube videos with the thought of helping people and shedding light on difficult topics. If I can do it, you should be able to as well, in your own way with your own life experiences. I love making YouTube videos. I have since I was young, and that's not going to stop now. As long as I live and breathe. Let me know if you have any thoughts or ideas for future videos I could make. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope that's real soon. And I made this script 2/18/2026 Wednesday at 2:31 a.m. and I finished it at 4 a.m. on the dot. So just about an hour and a half to write it. And we're just a little over 16 minutes in this video. I'm going to make a lot of cuts. I can already see how I'm editing it in my head. But yeah. Let me know if you have any thoughts and or ideas. I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.